You don't need Photoshop, Figma, Illustrator, or any other design software to become a good designer in the beginning. All that you need are the fundamentals that I'm about to share with you in this particular video. Many designers ignore these fundamentals and they become stagnant at a point, so their designs do not even improve anymore. And so before you even choose a design tool, you must understand first color. Color is very powerful. If you see a design filled with red, it feels energetic, urgent, and attention grabbing, right? So that is why red is used for notifications or for something that grabs attention so easily. With blue as well, it communicates trust, calmness, and then reliability. That is why banks and many financial institutions use that as their main color or as their brand color. Then there is green, which often represents growth, sustainability, and nature. As designers, we don't simply choose colors because it looks nice. No, we choose colors because it communicates. And so if you are communicating a particular message and then you choose color that is not communicating that message, then you get it wrong. Make sure you are choosing the right colors to communicate the right information. But if you want to learn more about colors, I have a full video on that. I will leave the link in the description, or you can click on the card here to access that video. The next fundamental thing is typography. Typography is simply how text is used in a design, but typography goes beyond choosing fonts. Typography includes choosing the size of the font, that is the font size, the font color, the font type, and then the spacing between the text itself and then the lines of the text. Good typography makes your design easy to read and then enjoyable to look at. And bad typography does completely the opposite. So if it is not good, then it is bad. One mistake many designers make is that they use like 5 or 6 fonts on one particular design. So on a design, you should not choose more than 2 or 3 fonts. So the maximum should be 3 fonts. So the one may be for the heading and the other for the main text and one for the CTA. That should be enough. Or you can even stick to 2. That would be good because you don't need a lot of fonts to make one design better. All you have to do is to know how you can use 2 or 3 fonts to arrange them very nicely. To know which one comes first, that is hierarchy. And we are going to talk about hierarchy later in this particular video. So you know which one comes first in the hierarchy and use them to arrange the text nicely on the design. That is what makes the design look good, not necessarily using a lot of fonts. No, once you understand color and typography, the next thing you should also master is layout. Now, layout is simply how elements or things on the design are arranged. That is simple. And so before you even start designing, what you have to do is that you have to really understand what the client brief is about. So ask the client all the necessary things that the client want you to put on the design. So you don't just start the design, draw your layout, and after that the clients come, oh, I forgot, add this thing to it, I forgot, remove this thing from it. If you do that, that means it is going to distract you. And even before you start designing, ask yourself these questions: where should the text be? Where should the images be? Where should the CTA be? Where should some other element that the client wants you to put on be? All these things should be planned before you start designing. So you have the layout of the finished design in your mind, or you can even draw it. I have a sketch pad, so sometimes I draw some of the layout that I'm going to work on in the sketch pad, and I try to get some good layout from the design based on the brief that the client has given me, and then I apply that straight away in Photoshop, and that's going to make your work so much easier because you have the end product in your mind and you are putting it down, so you are just executing it, and it's going to make your work so easy and then fast, and that's going to give you a professional result. But there is a simple layout structure that you can follow. That is, first is the big text. The main text should be on top, and then maybe a supporting image follows and some supporting text as well. That is a simple layout that you can use. Grid system is also one of the things that can make your work easy and then simple. When you use grids to actually demarcate your canvas, it makes the layout so simple. You easily find where you want to put the image, where you want to put this text, where you want to put this particular CTA, and it makes your work so much simple. So you can actually implement a grid system so you know where to left align, right align, and center everything to make it simple. Now, the next fundamental happens to be a design principle, which is very, very important. That is hierarchy. Now, hierarchy is simply order of things. So in design, it's like, which one should the audience see first? So is it the image that you want the audience to see first? Is it the text that you want the audience to see first? And even if it's a text, which one specifically do you want the audience to see first? So this text followed by this text followed by this text, and so you are going to use the hierarchy to guide them or to help them move through and navigate through your design, and that's going to make the message so much easy for them to consume. There are several ways of applying hierarchy in your design. You can use size to apply hierarchy, that is making some things bigger than the other. You can use colors as well. You can see that some colors are more vibrant than others, and some colors are also stronger than the others. So when you put them side by side, you can see, oh, this one is going to call for attention first before this one follows. And you can also use the same color but a different shade. So if it is more darker, it means people are going to see that one first, and then if it is more lighter, people are going to see that one second. As simple as that. So hierarchy prevents your design from chaos, that is everything grabbing attention at once. No, it makes you order them one after the other. Instead of everybody calling, hey, something small for the boy, hey, something small for the boys on a design, it makes it aligned so that they will be in a queue one after the other. You get the concept. Another important principle that you should also know is alignment. Alignment is simply how elements on your design are aligned. So should they be left aligned, right aligned, center aligned, or what? It depends on what you want to communicate. So that is what you should do. So you don't just randomly put things on your design. Make sure they are all aligned properly on your design. That will make your design feel very professional and then top notch. Grid system also makes your work very easy with alignment. If you want me to make a video on how you can use grid in Photoshop, let me know in the comment section. Now the next thing is contrast. Contrast is simply creating visual difference between elements on your design. And so I always say that never put a light text on a light background or a dark text on a dark background. It doesn't work that way. So the right application of contrast is using a big text versus a smaller text, dark text versus lighter background, light text versus dark background. That is going to make your design look professional. And one of the most underrated design principle is balance. You see, when everybody hear balance, they say, oh, balance there. In English, it is like this, it is like that. So I know, but technically, balance is how you can put things on your design so that when somebody looks at your design, it doesn't feel like something is just focused at one side, or the design feel like it is just at one side. Use beam balance for instance. You can see that when you put load on one side too much, it begins to tilt like so. But when the loads are balanced and everything is balanced, you can see that it is stiff like that. So in your design, make sure that you are not putting too much element on one side, leaving the other side untouched. No, distribute the element and make sure that you are putting them very well, and then you are creating the visual balance as possible. And there are two types of balance that you can actually go for. That is symmetrical balance and then asymmetrical balance. Now for symmetrical balance, it is simply direct. So one is here, one is here, one is here, one is here. But for asymmetrical balance, it is like one is up there, the other is up there. But when you strike it, you can see that no, there is still balance. You also have radial balance where you start from the middle and then it goes all and on and on and on like that. And that's going to create a balance. If you divide them into two, you can see that, oh, this is equal to this side. Make sure balance is at work all the time in your design, and your designs will look professional. You may have heard these terms before: negative space and then white space. These two are not the same. They are completely different from each other. Negative space is a space within an element in your design. And so when you look at the FedEx logo like this, you can see that they created an arrow with a negative space. That is negative space. But the white space rather is just any other space around your design that is left for the design to breathe. Very simple. That is, when you use your room for instance, you can see that there is a place that you have your bed, there is a place you have your cabinet, there's a place maybe you have your TV or something, and the other place that you move around, that you enjoy yourself, you move around, those are the white space. So white spaces are the place that the elements are not there, nothing is there, it doesn't communicate anything, but it's just there to give the design a breathing space, because not every part of your canvas should be filled. Many beginner designers feel like, ish, the canvas is not filled, let me add this one here, let me add this one here, let me add this one here, and they end up making their design overcrowded. Everywhere is filled with an element. And so if you want to see a real application of negative space, that's why I said the FedEx logo, and then some other brands also use some negative space. I'm going to lay some examples on the screen for you to see. They use negative space to actually draw something, draw a shape, direct something for you to actually understand something that they are really talking about in a particular logo. But the white space, the master of white space is the Apple website. When you go there, you can see that the phone is just in the middle of the web page and every other thing is just blank. That is white space in action. The Tesla website also gives that kind of vibe. The car is just there and the other thing is just white space. So you can clearly see that the trillion-dollar companies are using white space on their website. How much more you that you are a beginner, you want to show that you know how to use elements more than Elon Musk and then Tim Cook, right? Continue doing it. Now, if you get all these fundamentals that I've shared with you, That is when you can design with much confidence, and this you know which one to ask for help from AI. And when the AI gives you anything that you think is not right, there you will know. But if you don't know all these fundamentals, then you will just choose any design, big company, and they are using AI to generate those flyers. Recently, the massage center that iShowSpeed visited when he came to Ghana, they just released a flyer and it was generated with AI like what? Like that. What? No, it doesn't work that way. You have to make sure that you get a good designer and then he understands these fundamentals and he put them in place and he gets you a very good design and you will be good. And talking about AI is really changing design. And if you want to learn 5 ways that you can use AI to speed up your workflow, to work smarter, and to make more money out of the design business, then this video right here is for you. My name is Emmanuel. This is Braintech, and over here, design and tech made simple and fun. Peace.